Hey guys, how you doing? This is One Bit, and this is a bit of a blast from the past. This is StarCraft Wings of Liberty. Just to give you a quick backstory, when I was kind of growing up and getting into gaming, for the longest time I was stuck on the console game, and it was just a monetary restriction because I couldn't afford to get a PC. I didn't actually end up getting a PC until later in life, but I'd always grown up and my friends had PCs and they introduced me to games, and I had one friend in particular that had showed me like all the Warcraft games and the StarCraft, and he was really into it. So I had an interest there, but I didn't have the training, and it's really hard for anybody who's grown up on PC to understand the difference, when you sit there and you've grown up with like a Nintendo controller that's got two buttons and a directional pad, and then suddenly you get thrust into the world of StarCraft and you have this entire keyboard and you can do shortcuts all over the keyboard, and you have to, use shortcut commands in addition to controlling troops all over the battlefield, and it's so confusing for anybody who just is coming from a console background. I think that's one of the reasons that games like StarCraft, even to this day, they have, it's not that they have a small following, because certainly, StarCraft, the original StarCraft, is huge over in Korea and even here in the States. And Heart of the Swarm just recently released, so it obviously has a huge following, but it's a very niche game, and I don't think that that's something that anybody would deny. Even looking at things like Dota, because it takes from that Warcraft 3 background and it has a lot of macro units, that is niche. But StarCraft, I would say even more so because of the complex nature of the combat in the game. So, make a long story short, I had started to play my friend's Warcraft 3, and I started to get into that style of game. And when I was pretty young, I started to get into Dota a little bit. I just got introduced to it, but once I got my PC, I immediately ended up playing World of Warcraft, and then that was like the end of my foray into strategy games, because at the time when I started playing Warcraft, it had just came out not too long ago, maybe a year or so ahead before I started playing it, and it was just, at that time, it was like time consuming. I mean, it was the MMO at the time, so it just like took me away out of all styles of gaming for the longest time. And it wasn't until like last year that I got back into the strategy scene with the release of Dota 2 beta. And I came in around the Bane patch and I started getting back into it. And kind of like for nostalgia's sake, earlier I had picked up Wings of Liberty like around when it launched, because I can remember my childhood friend telling me how much it was a great game. And I had played it, but I basically put it in, played it. It was like too hard, didn't like, and just moved on with other games. For the most part, WoW, but I hadn't really touched it. And now, after having gotten into Dota and being able to understand how to macro units a little bit better, I mean, I'm by no means any good at it, to be quite honest. But I would say I'm decent at Dota. I'm able to get into high-level games and hold my own. So I would say that now I'm kind of ready for StarCraft at this point. And what has it been, like 2.5, going on 3 years since Wings of Liberty came out, and I still haven't even touched it. It's kind of sacrilegious, I'm sure, for any StarCraft fan. But this is kind of an introduction. It's not for people that are, you know, hardcore, amazing at StarCraft and are looking for somebody that is, you know, even better than them to teach them the game. This is StarCraft playthrough from the mind of an individual that really just knows a very basic, has a very basic idea of what the game's about. You know, obviously I know you have to collect resources, I know you have to command these armies, you have to do a lot of macro to do it, but, you know, there's a great deal that I need to learn through playing it, and, you know, I think it's a perfect time to start doing a playthrough on this simply because Heart of the Swarm just came out. A lot of the people are trying to think, you know, well, should I go from Wings of Liberty? You know, it was a long time ago and they haven't really updated the graphics engine or anything for it. So should I switch over? And, you know, in a way, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play that Wings of Liberty experience, do playthroughs on it, and, you know, lead up to that decision for myself. You know, am I going to enjoy this game type or this style of game, and am I going to get Heart of the Swarm? So that's what this playthrough is all about. You know, it's you know, am I ready for it now? Can I handle it now? And if so, is that going to inspire me to end up going ahead and switching over to Heart of the Swarm? And that question, of course, will be answered once I play through the Wings of Liberty campaign. So those are the basics. And without any further ado, StarCraft Wings of Liberty. Let's do a new campaign. Casual, normal, some experience playing strategy games. Okay, I'm not a StarCraft veteran, so I'm unfortunately going to have to go on normal. And we'll go okay.
They say a man never really knows himself. Until his freedom's been taken away. I wonder, how well do you know yourself?
You gotta love Blizzard cinematics. I've often wondered why they didn't just do cinematics and bring out the often rumored WoW movie. Why they didn't just find a good director, like a live action director, or somebody from Pixar, and then just do the whole thing with in-house cinematics. Albeit failed movies that Square Enix put out. All those Final Fantasy VII movies or Final Fantasy movies.
626. Murderer. Pirate. Traitor. Today, you go free.
Alright, so this guy's getting out of a prison. He's just suiting him right up.
But as you'll soon learn,
Looks like he already has the screws and everything in his body in place.
even freedom has a price.
Yeah, he's got the scars for it. I have a feeling I'm missing a bit of the story because I don't know exactly who this guy is. It's probably somebody from StarCraft 1 that's important, but I have no idea who this guy is. Feel free to clue me in on the comment section. Love the detail.
Combat suit sealed and locked.
You'll carry your prison with you. That armor will be your new cell. Make no mistake. War is coming. With all its glory and all its horror. Mr. Findley,
Love that classic bomber
your
paint job there.
freedom awaits.
Hell, it's about time.
Instead of expanding our fleets, you've squandered trillions on hunting down has-been rebels like Jim Raynor.
Jim Raynor represents a clear and present threat to this dominion. He is an unscrupulous, lawless revolutionary bent on spreading fear and dissension across the sector. He and his ragtag band of miscreants have instigated a rebellion across the sector.
Guess that's a picture of Kerrigan.
Will be brought to justice very soon.
It ain't over till it's over, you son of a bitch. Adjutant, are my troops ready yet?
Your forces are prepared and awaiting your orders, Commander. Uploading tactical data now.
Good. About time we kick this revolution into overdrive.
Wow, you can see a seam right down the middle of the screen there.
Backwater Station is the center of Dominion logistics on Marsara. Destroying Dominion authority here will cripple Emperor Mengsk's operations throughout the planet.
Somebody actually put the forethought into naming a place Backwater Station. Yeah, what do you want to call this place? Timbuktu? Dodge? Let's see. The Sticks? No, we'll go with Backwater. Well, they actually do catch you up on the story whenever you, if you buy the disc, which nobody probably has done with this game, but just to give a quick overview of the story for those who might not be salivating StarCraft fans and maybe are just kind of trying to make that decision because they saw these, Heart of the Swarm commercials and it got their, their blood boiling. They're like, yeah, I need to go out and buy that. Well, just to kind of clue you in, basically, I'm just going to give you the abridged version, but if you get it on disc, when it's loading up, it kind of tells you the story of how there was a oppressive Terran government, Terrans being humans, and Raynor was one of the people that wanted to get rid of this oppressive Terran government. One of the people that got him into this rebellion that was fighting against the Terran government was Kerrigan, and I guess they ended up having some type of an intimate relationship, and the person that they were fighting for was the guy you just saw him shoot on the television, and that's Arcturus Minx. And basically what Minx ended up doing was he wanted to get rid of this other regime, but he basically wanted to get rid of the regime for his own personal gain. So he got rid of the regime and he replaced it with his own regime. But the way he did that is, I think he ended up like sending the Zerg in to wipe out the human population, or setting something up that attracted Zerg, so that he ended up getting all these humans killed. But it was just so that he could end up taking over. And somewhere along the line, Kerrigan got left to die on a planet. What are those other aliens called? The Protoss were involved somehow. I can't give you a complete. So if you're a Protoss fan, sorry, I don't know all the detail there. I know the Protoss are basically trying to kill off the Zerg, and the Zerg they're basically like the Borg, if you know Star Trek. They're trying to, Resistance at Feudal, we're this insectoid hive mind that wants to kill everything everywhere just because we're a bug with a stick up our ass, basically. So at any rate, the Zerg are trying to kill everything, but they were, I guess, manipulated by Minsk. And in the process, Kerrigan got left to die. Raynor was trying to get her, but she got taken by the Zerg. And the Zerg took her and turned her into their Queen of Blades. And she got really cool, bony-looking angel wings out of her back. And she, at some point, I guess the Protoss, one of their badasses, was throwing a Hail Mary, and he ended up killing the hive mind of the Zerg, or the main entity of the Zerg, and somehow in that process Kerrigan took over. She, as the Queen of Blades, I guess was the next in line or something like that, and she ended up trying to, or becoming the heir apparent for the Zerg. Now, the conflict that's going on in the heart of the Swarm is obviously Kerrigan, now as the Queen of Blades, is trying to take over the Zerg, because the Zerg was a hive mind. There's all these, I guess, splinter factions within the Zerg, and she wants to be the Queen Mamma Jamma and take over the Zerg, and then take over the galaxy, because now she's no longer the human she was, and is now this deceptive, despicable, half human, half mutant bug bitch. So that's what I gathered from the story. I hear it's pretty good from the resources that I trust that have played through it. I was over on Kriparian's channel on YouTube, and he was saying that it's one of the best campaigns that he's ever played through. So I trust that source, and I'm interested in seeing what's in this campaign, and if the combat is interesting to me, then I'll probably end up moving on to the Heart of the Swarm. But again, that's what this whole playthrough is about. So, all right, we're at Backwater Station, and let's launch. Let's get into it.
Adjutant, what do you got?
Wow, this screen tearing's bad.
Dominion forces have set up a logistics headquarters in the town of Backwater Station. This has become the hub for all operations on Marsara. The Dominion recently pulled troops out of the city, and they are now under strength.
Are the locals cooperating?
The people of Backwater Station are known to be anti-Dominion, but they lack weapons and organization.
If I can take that headquarters away from Minsk, it'll cripple them on this planet. Prep my ship.
Yeah, and Raynor is basically, I guess, in this game trying to get rid of Manx and his oppressive empire that has risen to replace whoever the old baddie was. Alright.
Alright, boys. Let's show the locals they don't need to fear the Dominion.
Sounds like a plan there, Raynor. Why are you the only one with the jet black armor?
Commander, there are tutorial videos awaiting your review.
I don't need to watch that.
Keep your intervals wide, your eyes open, and your ass is covered. Let's move. Break it down. Raiders roll.
Wow, there's so much screen tearing.
You can count on me.
Oh, really? 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 You're gonna screen tear like that?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'm getting screen tearing like crazy, so... unfortunately, I don't know if it's gonna show up on the video, because it sometimes when you're playing with, because I'm recording with Action, and when you have it on game source mode, there are things that I see on my screen that aren't necessarily going to be transferred into the actual video. So I'm going to go ahead and play through this one map, and then I'm going to end it there after I get through this map. And I'll probably come back to this game and do more playthroughs once my my new PC monitor arrives. Should be on Monday, so I don't necessarily know that I'll do playthrough on Monday because I might have other videos to get up, but I'll definitely have a new monitor to work with. If you have listened to any of my other playthroughs in the past, you know that I was having issues with a really bad LCD monitor. Well, actually a TV, and it's not even a PC monitor, which is really bad. Don't do that if you play PC games. Stick with PC monitors, because you're going to end up with a lot of input lag.
Will help incite rebellion against the Dominion.
Alright. Basically said, destroy the voice of the guy that's trying to kill you, and that'll help with the rebellion. Shut up. I got all the physics things on. Yeah, I have like an old, like maybe 3 to 4 years old LCD TV monitor, and it's on its last leg. I mean, this thing is so bad, I have to turn it on and the screen is all black and cloudy. It kind of looks like the when you watch the movie The Dark Knight, when the Dark Knight, like before the Batman logo shows up, you know how it's like that black cloud and then the logo appears out of it. It's like that. My whole screen is like this black cloudy mess, and then it just slowly warms up, and then I can play games and do what I gotta do. But I'm getting a brand new BenQ, what's it called, XL2720T. It's the successor to the I believe it was a 22-inch monitor. It was either 22 or 24. I believe it was 22. And it's the official sponsor of MLG. So I know it's already a gaming monitor, and I know it's not going to have any input lag, because otherwise MLG wouldn't take it on as a sponsor.
My family. This is starting to look ugly.
So hopefully by Monday we'll have some brand new crisp videos, and we won't have to worry about all this other technical difficulties.
In the center of town.
Then it's time to call in that special delivery we talked about. Raiders roll. Thanks for the assist. We're with you, Raider.
Work hard. Stand proud. We must all sacrifice for the glory of the
Oh, shut up.
That's Raider. Raiders roll.
No.
Talk to me. Sounds like a plan. Time to man.
Work hard. Stand proud. We must all sacrifice.
Eat your vegetables, kiss your mom. Shut up. Shut up.
Sell me.
Wow.
Sounds like
My
a
screen
plan.
tearing is horrible bad right now.
Time to man up. You can count on me.
I have to say these little voiceovers are getting really annoying really quick. I'm sure you can turn it
Raiders
off.
roll.
I want to hear all the unique ones first, though.
Finally, there's the locals.
You'll all be given a meal when you reach the dig site. My brother went off to the mine last week. He disappeared.
And yet you're in line to do that?
Got a runner. They're shooting civilians. Move in.
Why did you even show up?
Take it down. Time to
My
man up.
brother went to the mine last week,
Raiders roll.
and he didn't come back home. So I guess I'm gonna do the
Count on me.
exact same thing and see what happens.
Sounds like a plan. Raiders roll. Time to man up. Give them some pep.
So much tactics to this right now.
A lot to pay for.
Thank you, Rainer. We knew you wouldn't forget us.
There's more people still being held up ahead.
I'll see to them.
Okay, now here's what gets on my nerves. You guys are going to jump into that little mining cart and get hauled off to do slave labor, but you can't help me fight for your own liberation?
Marshal Rainer. Been a while since we saw you around here.
We're with you, Raiders!
Ah, good.
What's the plan?
Look at that. Look at that. Just as I'm saying something there, they actually, they think of that in the campaign. I like that.
Raiders roll.
They're actually going to help me
This is
out.
a restricted area. You insurgents are under arrest. We got your back, Rainer.
Raiders roll. Break it down.
Now, is there a way for these guys to heal?
You can count on me. Sounds like a
Ooh,
plan.
nice.
Give them some pep. What's up? Charge it. Sell me. What's the plan? Sell me.
I didn't think we could fight them, but we can.
Now you've got the weapons and the resources to do it. Remember, Mengsk can only control you if you let him.
And knowing is half the battle. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to continue this until I can save it. And then I'm just gonna save and get out so I can check and see the quality of the video. Marsara colony. Okay, this dude's a drunk. He's back in the bar already. Oh, that was gross. Alright, dude. You're a bit of a show-off. You just walk into a bar all suited up.
You know, for the most wanted man in the sector, you ain't that hard to find. I had to see it for myself. Little Jimmy Rainer, the people's hero.
Tygus Finley. Nice suit. Pays to be prepared. I heard they put you on ice. Life sentence. What? To give you time off for good behavior?
That's right, old buddy. I'm a model citizen now.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just a friendly business proposition.
That is the biggest fly I've ever seen.
I know what the Dominion are doing out here.
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
It's big as that dude's thumb.
Artifacts, old buddy. Your boy Minsk has gone crazy for them. But I got a contact that'll pay top dollar for every artifact we liberate from the Dominion.
I guess
Healing
I can
artifacts.
hardly pass that up now. Can I, Tigus?
Why does that sound familiar?
60-40.
70.
Was he like Space Hitler?
My way.
Obsessed with the occult?
Feels like old times already.
Old times.
Okay, I'd heard about this. There's like a little bit of a shop that you can go around, see stuff on. So it's obviously hot. I mean, you're on a desert planet and this dude's just gonna chill in that suit all day. I guess it probably has AC. That's the only explanation. What is that commercial?
This is Donnie Vermillion, live from the UNN studios on Core Hall. We've got a breaking story for you. Let's go live to our own Kate Lockwell
Core
on the
Hall?
world of Marsara. Kate?
Thanks, Donnie. Rebel Jim Raynor has reappeared in a big way. He's attacked a Dominion depot near Backwater Station, seizing weapons and distributing them to the local populace.
Kate, I bet the locals are pretty nervous about having a notorious outlaw in their neighborhood.
Actually, Donnie, the people I talked to seem really encouraged by it.
You heard it here first. Jim Raynor terrorizing the locals on Marsala. When we return, Kate's using the same hats.
Keep talking, pal. I'm just getting started.
So you watched one commercial and the TV goes off? Okay. I guess they do that after every mission just to update you and see the spin doctors. Hey, that's a bad message. Jim Raynor smokes cigarettes and drinks cognac. It should be rated AO, obviously. Okay, this is the year, like, way in the future, and they're listening to Elvis's Suspicious Minds on the jukebox? Really? I mean, that's not Elvis, but still. That's like some really bad karaoke. Alright, I'm done trolling. Let me see. Menu. Let's save this. Alright. Campaign. Wings of Liberty. Alright, save. Save successful. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. I really don't know how to navigate this place. Can you use WSAD? No. Jump? Nothing. Spacebar? You just gotta click everywhere? I can't. I'm trying to get to the edge of the screen. It won't do anything. I guess you can only, you just sit there, or you click on him.
Is this
swell? The bottles are on the... right there, dude. How many drinks have you taken out of that glass and it's still full? I guess you can just click on things and see if people move over to them. Just click on him and see what he does.
Curious, but you get out.
Well, I busted out of my cryo freezer while they were transporting me to New Folsom. Oh, I must have killed at least a dozen guards with my bare hands.
Yeah, I've heard this one before. But you left out the part where you walked on water. Made off with the warden's daughter.
Don't you get uppity with me, boy. I heard all about you becoming a big-time freedom fighter while I was away. What happened, Jimmy? The war for truth and justice get too much for you.
I ain't licked yet, Tychus. And I promise you, Minsk is going down, one way or another.
Why do I feel like I need to join in and start singing Suspicious Mind? Alright, I better just stop this video before I start singing. Something about the crescendo of the song. Can't resist it. Alright, this has been One Bit. Very brief playthrough of the StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. I'll be back with some more content once I get my new monitor on Monday. Hope you enjoyed it so far, and see you then. Like on Facebook, thumbs up, sub on my YouTube, and retweet on Twitter. Later. Take care.